Hi everybody, here with another short pickups video. I have a cool box set here of 3 DVDs, and you might be asking, what's so great about a box set of just 3 DVDs? That's something, that can't be too exciting, can it? For me it is, because this is one of those things I like to collect. It's an oddity, it's sort of a format within a format, just a plain DVD, but it's a special line of DVDs released by Columbia, TriStar, and Sony called the Superbit line of DVDs. And what is a Superbit DVD? And this will help explain why this thing is exciting, this box set. This is not the pickup, just an example of a regular Superbit release of Leon the Professional, the original uncut version here. What they did was, for the Superbit DVDs, they took a regular DVD release, this will work on any normal DVD player. It is just a DVD. A lot of consumers were confused when this first came out, which really hurt the format, the release line, really, not format, the release line. As soon as it came out, people were confused because they were really promoting this whole Superbit element here and weren't very good at explaining that it's just a normal DVD, nothing different, nothing special. You can play it on your DVD player at home. All they did was they took out special features, they took out most of the menu animations, they took out most of, previews and things like that. They really took out anything that was extra, all the extraneous stuff surrounding the actual movie, and is really just the Superbit logo, the movie. That's it. Nothing special. It took all that out. Why? So there's more room on the disc, in simplest terms, to put the movie on the DVD at a higher bit rate and try and improve the quality of the DVD. So it's really just the regular DVD release. Some of them are legitimately just the regular DVD release, re-released in the Superbit line here, with all the extra features and everything taken out just so the actual movie can be at its best performance on a regular DVD. So it is a very limited audience when it first came out and didn't last very long. There were only around 100 Superbit releases worldwide between North America, Europe, Japan, and South Korea, and then there were a few more deluxe Superbit releases later on. This was targeted towards people who really had a home theater set up and really wanted the best of the best picture, real video files and audio files and things like that for watching movies. The problem is that's a very limited audience, and depending on the release, it's really by release. If you look at the original DVD versus its Superbit counterpart, how much of an improvement it actually was, and is that worth losing whatever extra features there were. So it was really case by case. So its audience kept getting smaller and smaller. There was definitely a little bit of consumer confusion about, is this just regular DVD, whatever, it's on just regular DVD. And then on top of that, not long after the line sort of started to get rolling, and stores weren't too keen on carrying this because, again, it wasn't going to sell to too many people, eventually we started getting HD DVD and Blu-ray, so it kind of defeated the purpose of having a slightly superior regular DVD version that, depending on your TV and setup, you might not even notice the difference. So it didn't last very long, not that many releases worldwide, and they tried to do one quick change at the end of the line and released, I think, about a dozen titles in the Superbit Deluxe line, which was really, they just took the 2-disc, they're all 2-disc formats here. The first disc is just the Superbit version of that movie, just the movie itself, nothing at all, and then the second disc is all the extras that they had taken out. And for almost all these releases, it's really just the regular DVD special features now put on a second disc in Superbit quality. So it's really just, again, the regular DVD edition, slightly better, remotely better. So that had even less of an audience, didn't last very long at all. And again, around 100 or so Superbit releases and maybe a dozen worldwide, I think, that I've seen recorded of the deluxe releases. So not very many, but I think it's a pretty fascinating little quick entry here in DVD history, and a quick way of trying to really optimize that format, but there was really no purpose to it in many different ways. This is really cool because I've only, especially in the North American releases, I don't know if there's a different one in Japan or Europe or anywhere else, but I've only been able to find a listing for one box set release of multiple movies in Superbit. So this is the box set of 3 movies, 3 very different movies, and this was really used to try and push the format, and these are 3 that comparatively look pretty good compared to their DVD counterpart. Desperado, I think, is a pretty big improvement. The Fifth Element, you can really see the colors are a bit richer, looks a little bit better. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon looks a tiny bit better. Overall, though, it really is, I think, it's 3 movies that are very different, but would have been very popular at the time this was released. So I think it's just kind of a quick collection that no matter who you are, there's something on here that you like. You can really kind of show off the difference, the superpower of Superbit. So it's kind of a cool, interesting box set, and I love having this. Again, this is the only one I've been able to find a record of existing as far as North American releases, a box set of multiple releases there. You do have one Superbit Deluxe that is a release of Charlie's Angels 1 and 2 together. This is just Charlie's Angels 1 in Superbit. There's one release that has both of those together, but as far as a box set, it's the only one that I know of. So it's a pretty interesting and fun, cool release. I really like having this box set here. And 3 interesting movies. The second of the El Mariachi series, the first one here with Antonio Banderas, Desperado. The only one of those, the first one's pretty good. Out of the second 2, Once Upon a Time Mexico is just a little too ridiculous. It's okay, but Desperado is a lot of fun. Really shows, it's really just a fun movie that really shows off the Robert Rodriguez style there. So a good, enjoyable picture there. One of my favorite movies of all time. So I already have a couple different DVD releases of it here, but now I have the Superbit copy finally of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Fantastic, fantastic movie. Absolutely love it. One movie I showed for the regular Superbit, of course, Leon the Professional, and another Luc Besson film. One I don't like anywhere near as much, The Fifth Element. Fifth Element has always been an odd one for me. I think in general, I think a lot of Luc Besson's style over substance, which I think fits with a general description of most of his work, sometimes works for me, sometimes doesn't. I'm just not always quite a fan of his work, the way he does things, and Fifth Element has always been such a mixed bag for me. I don't know, I love science fiction, and it's something that on paper and in a trailer and just like still shots and things like that seems like it would be 100% up my alley. It's just one though that I've always been kind of I don't know, very middle of the road with it. It's just one where I don't think there's anything about it. I don't dislike the movie by any means, but I've never been super excited about it. I don't know, I've just never been quite able to understand how there's this, it's kind of become a definitely cult favorite, just one that I guess stylistically I'm just not super into it. I guess I'm much more into either the very sleek and shiny, almost utopian style of something like Star Trek, or something that has a little bit more of a dirty, gritty realism on the other side, or something that is more of a dark, misty, cyberpunk Blade Runner thing. I think those are sort of the 3 little spectrums of science fiction that I tend to gravitate towards, and this is more of a colorful, cartoonish vibe, which it depends on the movie for me in that style of whether I like it. Some I really do, some I do not. But yeah, this is just one that I'll watch it again, and I've watched it several times, and there are parts of it that I really like, but just the overall general picture, I think, for me, just isn't quite as good as it isn't quite not quite as good as I want it to be, but just doesn't quite hit home for me personally as much. So one that I really enjoy having this in this format though, because I actually did not have a copy of The Fifth Element again, because I haven't seen it since the VHS days. I saw a regular DVD not that long ago, and then watched Superbit. I'm going to have a copy of the movie. It's cool to have it in this format in the box set, so I'll put a couple more pictures here at the end. The really cool Superbit box set.